This is a eulogy that I never read for you, mainly because I never wanted to believe it was true. On the day that you passed, you wanted to give me one last lesson, that even with death, there comes a blessing. You were a sister, an aunt, a friend, a teacher, a pastor, but most of all, a child of God unto the end. To this day, I can still hear you. Hear the bells on your bedroom door, the sound of your wheelchair as it moved across the floor. I see you in the pictures I take. My smile has a resemblance of yours. And that halo in my birthday picture, though others told me it was just a light fixture. I know you're still here, so I hope you're listening, because I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you. Psalm 23, verse 1. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. While the Lord was your shepherd, you were mine, my mentor, my sponsor, my confidant. When I felt neglected, you took me in your arms, comforted me, and made me feel protected with your no bullshit ways of telling me that happiness is free. I just need to find it. I watch you cope every day with your situation. I watch you transition from cane to walker to wheelchair. But what I remember most was that it was never a disability for you. Your immobility did not define you. And while you may not be here, I know you are running through the stairways in the skies, and I can only help but smile. I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you. Verse 2. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. On the day that my dad called me and asked, "You think you can make it this way?" I knew before he said the rest. I said, "Please, don't say." As the tears started to fall, I remembered, Mom told me you weren't doing well, but I played it off. Everyone gets sick. This wasn't your last farewell. Then I believed you were dead. My whole world shattered into a million pieces, and the calming restoration of, "She's still here, waiting for you," saved me. As I sped down 57, I know you asked God to guide me safely to you, that you weren't quite ready for heaven. No, you weren't done yet, not through. You had one more lesson to teach me, that saying goodbye does not always mean what it may seem, and while you were hurting and in pain, you held on just so I could see you again. So I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you. Verse 3. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. When I arrived at the hospital and saw their tear-stained faces, I remembered one of the many lessons that you put me through in paces. I put on a smile, walked in, grabbed your hand and said, "What up, dollface?" and felt the spirit lift while I stand. With a shaky hand and a shallow breath, you wrote me something that I will cherish forever. You wrote, "You will always be there for me, even when I screw up." And Lord knows my mama was fed up, and while I laughed and tears started to fill my eyes, you told me I should be proud of myself. Your parting words to me. I showed you the pendant that you gave me that said just that. I drove the whole way with it clenched in my hand. Some of the letters had peeled away, but the meaning will never disband. See, you saved me, and because of you, I am more proud of myself than I have ever been, more comfortable in my own skin, and you did that. So I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you. Verse 4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. No matter if you were near or far away, and you may not be physically here today, you are always with me. You watch over me just like you said you would, and most of the time I don't do the best I could. I just hope I make you proud. Though I've never mustered up enough courage to say these words out loud, and yes, there are days where I wish you were here and I become angry with God. Angry because he had to take you away from me. And then I remember, that's only physically. So to ease my pain, I got this tattoo for you. It's my physical representation of you, placed on my inner ankle, your name in ties, so that I know you always walk with me. Every step I take, you guide me. That's what I needed to feel free. Because even when I slip into the darkness that you knew all too well about, you were always my way out. My rock on the shaky ground. The only person that was in my corner every step of the way. While I faced a new struggle every day, your words of encouragement and wholehearted advice always showed me that you cared, that you were always there. So I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you. Verse 5. Thou prepares a table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anoints my head with oil. My cup overflows. One of the many things that I will always remember about you is your willingness to forgive. You told me that if I am able to forgive those that have done wrong to me, only then would I be able to truly live. I need to forgive the man who put his hands on me unprovoked. I need to forgive the man, my innocence he revoked. You told me that I am baptized by him and still I may sin. God always has a plan. You told me that I need to give people a chance because they aren't always what they seem by first glance. And I needed to forgive the man who pushed you out of a job, which in the end, I did, because I was able to grow closer to you. And God forbid I ever lose those moments. Those moments changed my life forever. I just wish I would have taken more time with you, baked more cookies with you, watched reruns of Ellen with you. I took our time together for granted. One of the only regrets I have in this lifetime and the next. So to show my appreciation, I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you. Verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me for all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Your words and wisdom carry on. When we went home to tell the little one that you had gone, she just smiled and said, I know. Jesus needed her more. The faith in her words touched me to the core. You had made it to her before we could, and that affected me more than I thought it would. And there are days where Paige and I still miss you, and others where it isn't much of an issue. But without you, I'm afraid I'll become the most dangerous person. A person who does not fear death, but would rather embrace it. Cast off by all the darkness that follows me. The same darkness I internalize instead of face it. Because no matter where I go, I carry the damage with me. No place feels like home since you left me. You knew about all the destruction I both given and received. You held my wrists while they bleed, and when I was broken, you gave me the tools I needed to put myself back together again. You reminded me that we are never too lost to be saved. That sometimes life subtracts, but mostly it adds. And I need to remember all the good times we've had. With every smile I remember sparks the embers in my heart, a fire that stirs a passion in me to survive. Though I still don't fear death, I just promise not to chase it, because that's what you would have wanted. I'll strive to find a happiness that is undaunted, and I promise to never fear his love, because that is what you were fundamentally made of. Your generosity, passion, and love flows through me. And one day, because of your lessons, teachings, and the way you never gave up on me, will lead me to you once again. Rest in peace, Pastor Alice J. Gwynn, born June 8, 1946, returned to the kingdom April 19, 2012. May you always walk with me. May you always guide me. May you always and forever watch over me. I wrote this for you. I just wanted to say thank you.